Yo, YouTube, it's Kago Hero. We back. Been a little while since I uploaded a full tutorial. But today we got a house call. As you can see, we not at the shop, man. Had a house call. I rarely get these, but decided to do one today. And we're doing on the old homeboy, man. And today he's in a high blurry ball fade as it usually is. But let's get straight into it. So the first thing I'm doing right now is I'm setting in my bald line. Gotta get it even, symmetrical, crispy as always. Wanna make sure you get it cleaned up. Just wanna make sure it's all even. So let's get into it. The first thing is I got my no guard, my magic clips all the way open. We're going up about a full inch doing the first guideline. And the reason I'm going up a full inch is so you can have a good blend, and he don't really like it as dark because he don't get haircuts as much. Well, I ain't gonna say as much, but he like it real light because so it'll last longer and stuff. So you can see him doing full flicks and stuff. I'm going over it multiple times, making sure I get it. And with his hair grows lots of different directions, so kind of annoying cutting it, but yeah. So you can see I'm gonna keep just going up all the way up, making sure that you get all the hair. That's the most important thing, is making sure you take your time and don't rush. Right now, I'm brushing combing the hair down, and I'm putting the notch, I say about 3/4 closed, and I go up the same way as if it was open, but I'm still flicking out. And you can see that line coming out pretty smoothly, pretty easily, and it's not all the way closed. And I'm doing that really just to soften it up, but also to blend it in. And then you can see I got it all the way closed. I'm just flicking out that line pretty aggressively, going at it, man. I'm going at it like a mic. But just want to go at that line, make sure you get all of it. To me, I have to get that first. I got to get the ball line now because I can't. Any line I see, I got to take it out as I go. But yeah, you see I'm getting out pretty good. It's out. So right now, I got my one guard all the way open, going all the way up to the top of it, just trying to debulk it. You see him combing because his hair goes in different directions. Some goes to the side, up, down. But yeah, you see I closed it all the way, and I'm raking it down because I don't want to go in the dreads. I'm trying to get it all even to see what I'm working with, get it all on the same level. I'm gonna go over it multiple times. You just want to make sure, raking it down, getting it all even. Make sure you comb it so you can see what it's looking like. And then bam. Now, I'm about to go up with with the one again, but this time I got it probably about maybe halfway or something open. Because, the one, having it all the way closed with the one, wasn't really doing it what I wanted it. I know how I want his haircut to look, so yeah. So now I'm just combing it down, brushing it down. You see I'm brushing it in the direction that it's going. I ain't brushing it straight down, and I'm going into it the opposite way it grows, the way you can cut it down the furthest. If you don't, you're going to be cutting it, but not as effectively. You'll have to do it a lot more times. And you can see I'm just going. And this video, I was cutting out their cycle. I was doing it pretty wildly. But yeah, now I got it all the way closed, and I'm going up as high because he like his fades pretty much light, and that's how I like doing my fade. So you can see I'm still attacking that line that you see right there, but I'm still going up high because after it I'm gonna come to guard this next. So now I'm turning, I'm trying to see, you see how much I'm brushing it, and you can see how I'm going up in it, and I'm just flicking and going all the way up because I know now that just the one didn't work. The one open, one halfway, that the one closed won't get it. It's still gonna have the darkness that I want too. You don't want to have no real ball fade. But yeah, you see I'm keep going over it, and I'm getting the desired look that I want. It's coming out. It's a process, and it ain't gonna happen. So you just gotta keep going over it. Like I said, with his hair, I hate it. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna let y'all watch this. Never mind, we still here. Alright, so then I got my half guard, and I got my half guard. This is my form. I'd probably say maybe halfway closed. And with this, I'm still going up pretty high, but I'm flicking out the line too because I'm blending into it. To me, I feel like you gotta take the guard you try to blend into the guard that was higher. That way you can actually blend it. That way it just won't look so different. And you can see I'm brushing it, and you can see how I'm getting that bottom. I'm getting that middle line out too. Like it's basically a 2-for-1. I fade, like when I take my lines out, I also use the guard to fade. And it look like I'm going up pretty high, but I am flicking out. I just cut real wild. And you can see, look, it's almost out. Like that thing is looking good, but we ain't done. And you gotta be real patient. Like with cutting hair, the thing about this, you gotta be fast but patient. You can't just try to skip a step. And you can see I'm closing it just a little bit more, and I'm just attacking that bottom line. I'm flicking out, and look like I'm going up high, but I'm just dramatic with it. You can see that line coming out pretty good. It's looking well blended. We're gonna go to get the top a little bit later to blend it in, but yeah, that thing looking pretty, starting to look a little blurry. That front looking a little blurry, and you can see at the front it's hair there because I'm gonna detail it later, but I keep it dark right there because if you make it all like light, it'll be hard to see like the vertical bars, and I like having a shape of that look good without it. But you can see right now I got the no guard, I say halfway open, halfway everything, but I ain't doing nothing, just flicking out that bottom line, just doing a little bit of detail work, getting that line out, hitting the dark spots that I see. And like I said, this is how the way I cut with a lot of detail. Like once I get done with the guards and the rest of it, I just detail it, because I mean, ain't no sense of using the guard because the guard's gonna do so much. But I'm doing it like this and doing it so like rough, well not rough but fast, because I pretty much know how to do it. I'm very good at using my corners. You know, I don't really worry about patching or putting a spot in it. But you can see just a lot of detail work. You can see how the fade look now and how it's gonna look when it's done, and it's like how much detailing gonna really do it. And I know when I'm looking for like I don't want no dark spots. Like I'm a perfectionist. I want to try to get any little spots that I can. And you can see I just lower the guards because I'm going up higher in the fade. You know, the higher you go up, the more open it's gonna be. And you can see it's just starting to look good. So now I got my one guard again, all the way closed, going up, all the way up, so I can blend it into the fade, because right now, before it was just looking like it was just sticking out, but you want to go ahead that light blend into the dark. And you know, I'm just closing it a little bit more. You can see brushing it down, how it's just blending in. Looking like some real deal pressure, no doubt. You know, I always keep brushing it, just keep going over it, going over 1, 2, 3 times. That's why you gotta be fast. That's what I mean by fast and patient. Go over it 50 times, do it 20 seconds. And you see how that thing looking, man, looking pretty nifty. Just doing a little bit more detail work, you know, just back up a little bit just to see it, but that thing is looking blurry. So now, the other side, basically, the other side is actually the same because the ball fade. But I got my one guard all the way closed, you know, start one side. You know, the way I cut, when I cut somebody's head is I use one side, and once I do one side, like the cut is over with. Because I learned as I cut pretty fast, I learned what I need to do. I learned how to take out extra steps that I don't need. That way, it can make it so much more faster. Now, he pretty tall, and cutting him is irritating. I got him in a stool. But so just the same steps really. I got my no guard all the way open, just, you know, making my bald line, going over it multiple times. You know, look how that fat in the back of his head is jiggling. Brushing it down. Now I'm gonna come close it. Get that, you know, flick out at the line. We're not gonna go up as high because you know, be really bad. We're doing the same thing. So I'm turning them now so y'all can see, brushing it down, getting that bottom line out. Thank with his hair. And what is the back of his hair? The back of his hair go about a million different directions. Y'all gonna see what I do at the guards. Like, you know, like I used the guards, but I didn't, because they really wasn't that effective at the back. And I start getting irritated. And but so I got that bottom line out, brushing it down, fixing his head because you don't know how to hold it straight. And you can see I got my one guard all the way closed. And what the difference is that I did from the back from the side, I started with the one guard all the way open, but I just skipped so many steps. I skipped the one guard open and the one guard halfway. Me going all the way closed because I know that's still going to be light enough. Now, I didn't do it at first because you don't want the fade to be too light, and then you can't put a good blend on it. So the camera angle switched here, but you can see now how his hair grow, like just the way that it grow. But I still got my one guard all the way closed, going all the way to the top, because it's basically gonna set the foundation of it. And you know, we gonna blend down, fade down. And you see how I'm turning my clippers, going in direction. Still ain't doing nothing. Ugh. The back his head irritating. The back usually the fastest because once you do the first two sides, it's always set. But yeah, you see, I'm just really trying to dig in there, get the hair off the scalp. Maybe a comb would have worked better, but I don't know. So right now I got my half guard, all the way closed, just trying to lighten up as much as I can because like the steps wasn't really working. I gotta fast forward because this it's really gonna be a lot of detailing. There you go. It's gonna be a lot of detailing. You can see I take my guard off, and right now I'm just going to straight detail mode because the guards was not doing anything. Like I didn't even hear it cutting anything. It's just weird to me. But I got towards the bottom. I have it mostly. I'd say about 3/4 closed. Just keep flicking out. If you use your corners, you don't really gotta worry about it balding. The higher I go up, I'm gonna close the guard. And you can see I got it pretty much. I did it fast, so I use my trimmers to get that bottom line. I'm doing a little bit more detail work on the side. All right, so now the main part, the shape up. Now you can see I cut it down. I didn't get this on camera, but I cut it down from one, I think, closed. So I want to keep it. I still want to keep. I think halfway. I want to keep it dark. But now I'm just hitting them vertical bars. Getting that thing looking pretty crispy. Again, I'm having looking good without the enhancements. That thing looking pretty good. Then I'm just hitting the other vertical bar, making sure that's even. He looks pretty high, man. Higher than a kite. Maybe it's the cut. But yeah, going back over it, he does have a couple of light spots, so you gotta kind of ghost line it. I need me a camera because I hate when they do this. But I'm just going back over it, trying to get it real crisp. You can see, start from the middle and I go to the side and I pull it down. Look at that thing. Hitting that vertical bar, one more turn. You can never go over that natural shape up too many times before you put the enhancements on. That's why when my enhancements come off, they still got a nice looking shape up with a good fade. All right, so now we're about to put the enhancements on. I'm just brushing it down. And I do have customers that like their hairline extremely dark. I like putting it on there that make it look natural, so you really can't tell. But like I said, he got a lot of light spots, and he's younger. He my age, so people my age, they like it matte black. They talk about they want it all the way dark. I don't want it non-natural looking. I don't like to do it, but customer request. So with him, we just say he want basically all my bottom. That's basically what he want. It ain't never dark enough for him. But yeah, testing my clips, making sure they ain't too hot. Then we're going over it, going to it, and pulling down. And that's how you get that crispy look. You gotta pull down. I'm just brushing off the excess, shouldering away, using that left hand because I'm extra dexterous. What it was called. Going over it, you can see that thing looking pretty good. Keep going over. You want to get it sharp. You don't go too much time because you'll start cutting. But now we're going to the other side. I'm taking my time. Keep, it's coming up good. We're going to turn them. We're going to go over it again just to make sure. You see, bam. Corners. You want them corners to be defined. Don't be scared too, because I used to be scared to go in the corners. You can see, we hit that vertical bar. Got hair in his face. You can't say him like that, dude. What's that show called? Attack on Titans. The Gorilla Beast, whatever it's called. Anyway, so yeah, we hitting that. So now we're about to put that huge spray on there. It's looking pretty good already, man. Oh, hold on. First of all, we gonna show him the mirror. I can see what he couldn't see. You don't let me see it, so I let him hold it. But you can see he liking what he's saying. That's what I like. I like when my customers start feeling they sell. Me, I'm doing something right. But the hold the spray, crying like a baby, cause it do burn. So now I'm just brushing it off. Go ahead with that razor. I didn't show it all because I make his neck over. Ooh, I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, he be in an awkward position, so you really can't see it on camera, but you can see this a little bit. And I love putting the razor on the lineup just to get it so sharp. On every lineup I do, I touch it with the razor, even on reclining back. Or you can see the difference. Then right here, we doing the beard. This beard finally grew in. You're gonna see how happy he is. I go in first with my trimmers because he still wanted to grow in, so I ain't really taking too much off. I ain't going into it too deep. Over it a couple of times. Then that razor, like I said, that razor gonna get it right. Putting that razor on there, taking my time. Ooh, now
Come on.
look at that fade, God. I'm about to put the fade on the beard. You know, I got my one guard open, break it up, calm it down. One guard open, go over a couple of times. One guard closed. You know, just fading it away. We gonna take off the one guard. Hold on, you still got it on? I think we still got it on. Now you can see. Now I think we got it off. You know, got the no guard open. Then we're gonna go with the no guard closed just to get rid of it. And now we're gonna show him that beard, cause like his beard was not looking that dark. He was asking me, "Is my beard really this dark?" Like a little kid. And you know, he looked. They said, "I want this side just like the other side." I'm like, "Yeah, what you think?" But yeah, the other side was just the same. And I'm just doing a little detail work just to get off all the extra hair. He told me, "You doing extra? You ain't never did this to my eyebrow." But yeah. So now, here go the final look of the haircut, bald fade, high, you know, with the beard, how blurry bald fade, house call. Yes, make sure y'all book y'all house calls. Kago, I'm out.